Tonight, the biggest music stars on the planet come together with live performances by Rascal Flatts, Maroon 5, Lenny Kravitz, Fergie, Rihanna, and more. For the first time ever, your votes will decide who wins. Hosted by Jimmy Kimmel and broadcast live from the Nokia Theater, LA. The American Music Awards live tonight following this race right here on ABC.
All right, Andy Petrie, I got a question to ask you. We were just talking. If this 23's got second place in the points locked up, right? And these cars are, I mean, they're falling off almost 2 seconds because of tire wear. If he pitted right now, I know it's a gamble. How much time do you think he can pick up? And maybe if it goes green, he can win this race.
This would be a good time for them to short pit and bring Jeff down pit road. Nothing to lose and a lot to gain. Just bring him down pit road. If it goes green, he'll wind up out front and have some track position on these guys. So it'd be worth the gamble. If I was Steve DeTart, I'd just roll the dice right here.
Roll the dice. Why not bring him in? And then if it cycles through, you're at least going to lead a lap, and you may get lucky.
So what if it's a mistake? If it's a mistake, he's still got second to points locked up. But at least he can go for a win if he makes the major gamble, which a lot of these guys can't afford to do.
That's a great idea. I didn't know drivers could think that.
No, you thought that up.
Oh.
You thought that up. Andy Petrie, you thought that up. I just want to let everybody know he did that.
Oh, you've heard that from a crew chief before.
Well, when he said that, it got me all excited. I'm thinking, hey, that's pretty smart. Alan?
Well, Rusty, it came out of your mouths just about the same time. They were talking about it on Jeff Gordon's team radio.
15 away from a pit stop. We're going to have about 20 to go when you leave pit road. I'm going to give you that security back. I tell you what, we're plowing. We need to come early.
That's what Jeff Gordon is saying from the car. He is falling back and losing spots. But again, the counterbalance on Steve Letart's position is this. What if something happens to Jimmy Johnson in the late laps? That's what's holding him back for now. He's hesitating on pulling the trigger. Andy, you know, what an agonizing call to make the short pit.
It is agonizing, but this is the perfect time to do it. I haven't seen anybody or any reason to think this 48 is going to have any trouble. Just roll the dice. Try to make something happen here.
You're not going to finish worse than second in the points, so why not gamble and go for it?
Come on, Stevie, bring him in.
All right, Alan, go down there and tell him that our Andy Petrie said pit now.
Yeah.
And I know Rusty here is going to agree
He's got
with
enough
him.
on his mind without me telling him what to do.
Really.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets paid to make those calls. We'll see what's going to happen here. Now, Jeff Gordon, you heard talking about they were going to pit around lap 244 to 245, and that is just about 7 or 8 laps away. Well, somebody heard you. I think the 1 car may be coming a little bit early. Here's Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 car. It was being shown back in the 4th position. He damaged on the right side from an earlier contact about lap 45. He comes down at 45 miles an hour to make his final stop.
And this move right here could win in the race if the rest of the guys stay in the track.
Dave Burns.
Martin Truex Jr. reporting now that that car is loose off the corner and not that bad. So what they will do is make an air pressure adjustment for him and change 4 tires. Again, most of the way through the corner is just fine. It's just that last little second off the corner that it wants to get away from him. 2 tire stop for the 1 team.
Oh, Bono's rolling the dice here. 2 tires, pitting early. It's probably going to tip the hand of some of these other guys, though. They're going to see this and they're going to, I got to get on pit road. I don't want this guy to get too much time on me. Now it's going to put the pressure back on Robbie Reiser with this 17 car. How long do I leave him out?
Well, how long do you leave him out?
Well, I'm going to pit him pretty quick. I don't want this guy to get much of a lead on me. I might let him. I'll watch him a lap or 2, and then I'm coming down pit road.
How about the guy who's won here the last 3 years in a row? Greg Biffle coming down for what should be his final stop. Mike.
And what's more remarkable, to give you some perspective on how remarkable that 3-race winning streak is, did it with 3 completely different setups, and this will be a 4th. The car has been pretty good tonight, although not spectacular. A 2-tire change you see on the 16 car. Looking for some track position here.
16 car Biffle coming out. Now the 24 crew, we are told, are climbing up on the wall, so maybe they are going to come in a little bit earlier than they had anticipated. There are the DuPont guys for Jeff Gordon. They were talking about pitting. You heard Alan Bestwick say lap 244, 245. It's 241 right now. So maybe they're going to listen to their driver and say, let's get in there and get some tires.
Boy, look what fresh tires does, though. I mean, the 1 car is just shooting around that 24. Watch that acceleration gone. Boy, new tires. That's Mr. Feel Good right there when you get those babies on you.
This time. 4, 10, 4.
I think he pitted too late, Andy.
Yeah, he pitted too late to get the advantage. Now the move might be to get 4 tires and give up a little track position, but have better tires in case the caution does come out right after this, and then they'll have better tires than the other guys. I'd do something different. I wouldn't do what they're doing.
That's what I'd do. I'd do 4 tires. I agree with you.
here comes a 24 car, which could possibly be the final pit stop of the year.
Try to fill it up.
And Steve Letarte watching his driver come down pit road here, getting ready to make this stop, talking about it on the radio to Jeff. Here he comes to his pit stall. Now, remember, they've run a full fuel load, so they're going to have to sit here and wait. If they choose to take 4 tires, they won't be here that much longer because they have to get the car. Well, actually, they don't have to get the car full of fuel because they only have a few laps to go. But remember, the car is empty. If they choose to fill it for handling purposes, they'll be there that long for the 4 tires.
All right, they went for the 4 for the handling, and they're going to hope this thing is just going to flat fly on the racetrack right now. While Matt Kenseth is staying on the track, and Kurt Busch and Hamlin. Oh, there he goes. Look at this, Andy.
Here comes Kenseth in, and you heard Robbie Reiser, guys. They couldn't afford to leave him out. He's headed down to you, Jamie Little.
And Robbie Reiser-Browse making his last pit call here for Matt Kenseth. He said he's going to short fuel. They're not going to fill it all the way up. It's not needed right now. They're going to do a wedge adjustment, and let's see how many tires they want to take. He's going to make the call. 4 tires for Matt Kenseth. Remember, last pit stop was 12.2, and it's 12.9 again. Alex.
And Kurt Busch was running in second place when he came down pit road. Little trouble on the right rear. Had to go back and catch a lug, it looked like. They'll come around on a 4-tire change here for Kurt Busch. We'll see what kind of time this might cost him to Matt Kenseth, Dave.
Down to the nerve center where Chad Knaus came down from the pit box moments ago to have a group huddle with his team. They talked about the final stop, staying together. Jimmy's a little bit close to the pit wall, but they do manage to get the car jacked up just fine. A 4-tire change, slight air pressure adjustment, pretty comfortable for the driver right now, according to the driver. Mike.
The call from Mike Ford on the 11 cars for 4 tires and fuel, but only a can and a half of fuel. They go to work now on the left-hand side, making their service. There he's down and away. Carl Edwards now in. We mentioned how badly he wants to stay inside the top 10. A very quick pit stop. He's away after a 2-tire change.
And Dave Blaney making his way down pit road. A lot of talk about him tonight. He did the triple duty. He raced the trucks Friday night, Busch last night, and Cup, of course, today. Car's been running great. He's had no problems, hasn't complained about the car at all. Great run for him to end out this season with another top 10 finish. Dave Blaney been the top running Toyota driver for multiple races in a row. Now they're going to do 4 tires, no changes on that 22 for Dave Blaney. Let's go to Mike.
And Juan Pablo Montoya has been searching for the optimum line throughout the course of the evening. Right now he's been running the middle groove. Team looking for a 4-tire change, no major adjustments, a slight air pressure adjustment on the left side. That's it for Juan Pablo Montoya. 14.4 seconds, a good stop. Jamie?
And Rookie of the Year contender David Reagan, another Roush car, guys. We talk about it. The sun goes down. These cars come to life. David Reagan worked his way into the top 10. He qualified great. They're going to do 4 tires. He said he's a little tight off. They put that tape on the front. He's down and away. Talk.
Final 20 laps here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and boy, some guys going 2, some going 4 tires. A 26 car, Jamie McMurray, being shown as the leader, one of the final cars to make a pit stop. He will be the final car to cycle through on the pit road. That would make Martin Truex Jr. the leader, but Truex gets passed by Kenseth. And here comes McMurray down pit road at 45 miles an hour. And here's the battle up front. The 1 car, remember, took only 2 tires. The 17 of Kenseth took 4 tires. And the 4 tires does make a big difference.
It's a big difference, but this 1 car's got that high line, and it's going to be difficult. He's making it difficult on Matt Kenseth. If Matt can get him cleared here, he'll be able to sail on, but yep, looks like he's going to get him cleared here.
You know, it looked like the 1 car actually pitted about 6 or 8 laps early from when he needed to, but actually Matt Kenseth was due in at lap 245 and hit pit road at 244, so it was pretty well scheduled. Matt came in right when he needed to. Now he's got 4 tires. He's actually the best car on the racetrack, in the best shape at the moment.
Yeah, he's got the lead too, so that doesn't hurt him.
4 tires, full of gas, and got the lead with 19 to go. Woo, that's feeling good right there.
What about Gordon and Johnson, folks? They've been inseparable in the garage, inseparable on the racetrack and in the point standings, and they are currently 6th and 7th. Jeff Gordon is 6th, and there's Jimmy in 7th spot. 1 position away, and the interval is 87 points. Right now in the standings, remember, Jimmy Johnson led a lap, and Jeff Gordon has not.
This thing's not going to be over to the checkered flag, because if he blows up with 1 lap to go, he's still in trouble. I mean, he has just got to keep pedaling. Actually, if he blows up with 2 laps to go, he's in trouble.
With 1 lap to go, he can probably, yeah, he's in good shape because there's only 16 cars on the lead lap.
And Jerry, what was it? 19th or better, no matter what Jeff Gordon does, he can lock it up. Now that's if Gordon wins.
And led the most laps. Now it's 21st because Gordon can't lead the most laps. So obviously Jimmie Johnson would like to finish 21st or better in the running in 7th spot. 17 laps to go. Season finale, Homestead-Miami Speedway. What a dominant performance by Matt Kenseth, who has led 8 times for 197 laps. 1 win this year for Kenseth, that coming early in the year at California, where he swept both the NASCAR Busch Series and Cup races in the same weekend.
Man, I tell you, that car of Matt Kenseth, that is one good-looking car. I like that black and yellow under, Andy. Hey, what's that remind you of?
Black and yellow, old Miller car I used to see running around.
That old number 2 Miller car, I like that color. I like the way that thing's handling, too. Look at that car. I mean, it's just been, the nose has been on the ground all night long. Matt has been able to maneuver this thing anywhere on the racetrack. It's not over yet, but I'll tell you, he's got a good car tonight.
Well, coming up later tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN, NASCAR Now. We'll close out our season coverage. Updates you on all that happened here in this season finale for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR Craftsman NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. And, of course, we'll update all the things and how the points broke down and who's going on the stage in New York and more on the championship celebration. 10 o'clock Eastern time, NASCAR Now.
We're going to have plenty of post-race coverage here, too, when this race is over.
Caution, Tony Stewart, issues on the racetrack with the 20 car.
Whoa, man, he's hit this far. He's hit hard here. Tore the whole back end off of it, the left side.
Here, see if we can fix it now.
Here, see if you can fix it now. Obviously, he's probably pretty upset with the way he was handling. He's really upset now.
Tony Stewart, 7th caution flag.
We got to put 4 tires on this thing.
Greg Zipadelli.
And Doc, I was just about to say, I saw the 07 car, Clint Boyer, come down pit road with another problem, and maybe Tony Stewart could have caught him, but now it's not going to happen because they both had the same problem on the same lap.
So we see what happened to Stewart, top of your screen. The car just by himself just spins backwards and tags the wall and then slams it with the left front.
And you never see Tony Stewart hardly ever losing a car. He's one of the best drivers out here, especially with a loose car, so this thing had to be
Yeah, you got to think
really
he was dealing
loose
with some kind of an issue there because that car just snapped around on him. Okay, what are these guys going to do here?
You can hear the frustration in Tony Stewart's voice. What do you do if you're Kenseth? These guys that have pitted, you don't need to do much. Do you gamble if you're one of the guys on the back part of the lead?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Come on in and get some tires, but Matt's going to stay out here and kind of looks like he's going to make a play for this, and the guy's going to follow him.
He's pretty well got to stay out, Andy. I mean, with
he's got 4
13 to
tires.
go. I mean, he is so fast right now. It's incredible.
I'm surprised that some more of these guys didn't try to come down pit road and get tires.
Yeah, right now, Mark Truex is thinking, I wish I'd have put 4 instead of 2 on this thing, but he was going for it.
Very few takers among the lead cars. Working caution for the 7th time. Just 13 laps to go here in the 2007 season.